I'm going to show you some little treat things I made, just last minute little Christmas gifts. Hi everyone, this is Debbie from Project 39 Mini Albums. I picked up these cute little uh, coffee, what are they? I don't know, like hot cocoa, that's what they are. Little hot cocos with different flavors. At 2J Maxx, they had a packet of 10, and I sent some in stockings for my girls. And I know they won't watch the video, so they won't know. And I had a couple left over, and I thought I'd share it with some people we're camping with. So I know that I've seen some die set to put these little coffee mugs in. These are small. These are, I hot glued it down, so I don't know, about 3.5 inches tall. So they're very small. But I know I've seen some dies, but I went online to Lori Whitlock and got a cut file and used that. I'm going to show you how I did that. So I'm going to switch cameras and we'll get started. All right, so I'm opening up my Cricut Design space, going to New Projects, New Project, Blank Canvas. And what I want to do is download. I've already done this, but I'm going to show you how I did it. So I'm going to click on Upload and Upload Image. You see it's already there, but that's okay. I'll delete it when I'm done. Browse. And then I find it on my computer, so I choose the SVG and then Upload Image. So yep, that's it. That's what I want. Make sure that the checkerboard background is there. And then this is everything that comes with that SVG. So it's all grouped together. I ungroup it. And there's some things that I'm not going to cut. I don't need that to go on the sleeve, and I don't need the wreath piece. I'm going to fussy cut some images. So I'm going to group that and then hide it. And I don't think I want this little envelope. I don't need it. I just don't need it. Now I need one of these for the front and one for the back, so I duplicate it. And I'm just putting these, getting all these out of the way. I'm going to change the color so it knows to do different paper. So those three small little pieces I'm going to put in a light green, which was a mistake because it's the same color as that big piece, but I didn't realize it at the time. And then I changed that little one with the hole in it to yellow. Now, the thing about this is there are, so the lines in there, those are meant to be scored as opposed to cut. So I have to go and change that to score. So I just click on that piece and ungroup it, and you see those lines, and you can see that little, those are the lines. So I just put score, and then I want to group it again. So I'm just highlighting it, make sure I get, whoops, I just want those two, that one light green piece, and group it, and then attach. So the scoring is attached to that piece. So then I will go ahead and let's make it. I'm not going to save the project. Like I said, I already have it in there. So I will go ahead and print out these. Let's go to this one piece. So you see I've got the those three pieces in the top, so you can move them around. And I'm going to just put a small piece of paper because I'm going to use 8.5 by 11 for the base. So I will just go ahead and continue, and I will show you what I get. All right, I want to choose medium cardstock. I always use more. I think my blade's getting a little dull, so I want to make sure it cuts through it without a problem. Click on that number 3 mat and move these pieces over, and I'll rotate this one little piece. So you can edit it. You can't take them off of the mat once you say go ahead and cut. So you see I've got that red paper on the left-hand side of my mat and that small little polka dot paper on the right-hand side. You could put two different pieces on at the same time. So that is the scoring wheel. It's telling me, the Cricut machine thing is telling me that you need to put on the scoring wheel. So I take off the fine point blade, put on the scoring wheel. It's configuring, seeing whether or not I've got what I'm supposed to have on there. And then once it knows that, we'll move this so you can see it a little better. And now it's doing its thing. I think these Cricut machines are just like, I remember when they came out, what's it been, 15 years ago? It's just amazing. And now they've got the laser cuts and printers and all that stuff. And I still have, I don't have the original Cricut I bought, but I do have the first Cricut Maker, and it's doing its trick. Now, I would like maybe a smaller one like the Cricut Joy Ultra, but I'm all right with this. All right, it's telling me take out the one blade, or take out the scoring wheel and put in the blade, so I do what it tells me to. All right, now I'm going to let the machine do its thing, a little fast motion, but I'm cutting everything that needs to be cut. And then when I peel it from the mat, it's easier if you sort of bend the mat and try to keep the paper straight. Does that make any sense to you? Otherwise, if you like pull up the the paper, then it might have a slight bend to it, which usually isn't a big deal, but sometimes it bothers me. All right, so anyhow, I'm going to show you after I get everything cut how to put it together. I find it easiest if I burnish everything, burnish that red piece with all the score lines before I put it together, and then sort of put it together without any glue, just so you know what's going to go on the outside and what's going to go on the inside. So if you wanted to, you could put the decorative paper down before you glue anything. You do need to put the back piece, that biggest pattern piece that we have, on, that one piece that sort of sticks out in the back. I've got that green polka dot paper that's going to go on the back. But I'm just burnishing on all of the score lines here. It just helps you get a good fold. That's the piece that I'm talking about. We want to put paper on that before we attach anything, just because you cover up some of it. So here I'm just seeing what's going to go where. Make sure I get it right. So I can put the piece with the circle on it. So I'm going to do that. Just add liquid adhesive. It's easier than using, I guess you could use ATG, but the pieces are so small like this one. So liquid adhesive is it for me. Make sure this goes around that circle. I'm not going to put the side pieces on first, but I am going to put that big piece. As you can see, I'm going to add glue and put that on. And then I have the exact same piece for the back. And that's where, if you wanted to print out that little envelope and tuck in a gift card or a little to from card, I am going to put these in a plastic bag. I don't do it on camera because I'm out of plastic bags, so I have to wait till I'm get to the store. And then I'll just put some paper on top and just make it look cute. So anyhow, I'm adding this piece to the back. If you cut it out, you'll figure it out. It's not difficult. All right, I am going to use some double-sided adhesive. Sometimes when you're doing 3D projects, it's easier if you have an adhesive that sticks right away. Now, this is the only place where I'm using that double-sided adhesive. It's the 3/8 score tape, and I am going to cut a little piece to put on the bottom. You don't need to, but I just feel like it looks a little more finished. And you don't see all of it. That's why I don't mind cutting it with scissors, and it's not the most perfect cut, but it'll do. As a matter of fact, after I put it on, I'm like, it's going to be a little too big. So I just take my scissors and cut it off. Like I said, you don't see it. The little circle hole is in it, but I just want to make sure I've got something on the bottom there. I'll burnish it real good. Okay, so I'm going to take the 2 tabs on the back. I end up adding more glue right now than I really need to. I really could have waited on the glue, so I add some glue to that back piece and then add glue to the front piece. I could have waited on that. I pull in the tabs, add glue to the inside, or I guess the outside of the tabs, and then fold that up. Let it catch to the very front piece. You'll know when it's straight because it'll be lined up with the very top edge of the front piece. And then have it catch to the bottom or the back piece. And then you can use your bone folder and burnish that. See, I don't know if you saw the front. It wasn't completely straight, so I undo it and I straighten it out. And then I need to add glue once I figure out where everything goes. So there's that one piece in the back, so I need some glue on the tabs. And glue on the inside of those little tabs. Fold it over. You know, the hardest part about this is burnishing once you've gotten it all together. I mean, you can put your fingers in and just burnish that. See, I'm just trying to tuck the bone folder in and just burnish it as best I can. You know what? It's not going to be perfect, but it's not going to go anywhere. So there we are, and then I'll take those 3 little pieces and put them on the front. And that's really all there is to it. Now, I do, once I put in the little coffee cup thing, I do get out my hot glue gun and put 2 little dots of hot glue. I don't want to make it difficult to take out, but I don't want it to move around once I put it in the bag. And then let me just show you what we end up with. So when you're done cutting, you get a couple of circles. You get the circle from the base and then the circle, which is larger actually, from this piece. I just took a punch for this, a scallop circle, and cut that out. I just thought it looked nice, and why not? What else are you going to do with it? I fussy cut a couple of the cut aparts from the collection to put some images on the back. So there is a snowman with a broom. This one says love and joy. I popped them up a little bit as well. This one is just 2 stockings. And this one is just a little bit of a rainbow. And then here you can see the tops of the pieces. But I think they came out cute. And they'll make nice little gifts. I mean, it's not extravagant. It's just a little something something to give to my fellow campers. And it's been a little cool here in Florida, so they will like it. That is it. I'm going to make a couple of little Hershey Nugget folders, candy, to give out to other people. But you've seen that. A million people have shown you that. So that is it. That's really my last paper crafting video of 2025. I will have some paper stash smash videos and a planner video. We're going to talk about what I'm going to use to plan for 2026. But I plan on being around again in the next couple of days, and don't forget to like and please plan on subscribing. In fact, go do it right now if you've not done it before. And if I don't get to say it again, have a fabulous holiday and have a fabulous day.